I am not a historian, but neither are you. So, how about we, the people, learn this stuff together? Welcome to US 101. And for today's episode, guys, we are going to be mixing sport with history. Little something for the jocks, little something for the nerds. Everybody can come together and celebrate. If you're a football fan, like yours truly, then you're probably one that thinks that Super Bowl Sunday should be a national holiday. And I think it makes sense. Think about it. You consume just as much food as you would on the 4th of July. You drink as much as you would at St. Patrick's Day. And you argue with company as much as you would on Thanksgiving. It ticks all the boxes. But then there are also a ton of you that really just don't give a damn about sports ball. And I understand it. Actually, no, I don't understand. I don't understand your thinking behind it, but I mean, whatever. The point is that I want to try today to reach you, the American history buffs, the American history fans that really just don't give two about the fact that the Patriots and the Eagles are having a Super Bowl rematch. And yeah, that's who's playing, by the way, the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. New England and Philadelphia. Does anything in particular stick out to you about those two parts of the United States? I mean, besides cheesesteaks and clam chowder, guys, Boston and Philadelphia are two American cities that are replete with American history. So for today's episode, guys, I'm gonna do something just a little bit different, but I hope to do it on a yearly basis, guys. On today's episode, you are going to predict and you are going to try to figure out which team is going to win the Super Bowl based on which city is more historically important. Welcome to Super History Bowl 1. How's it going, guys? I'm Sammy Jarouche, and welcome to Super History Bowl 1. This is an amazing time for us U.S. history buffs, because this year's epic Super Bowl rematch between the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles is rife with historical references. Heck, the names of the teams are the Patriots and the Eagles. You might as well call this year's Super Bowl Uncle Sam Bowl 2 Revolution Boogaloo. But how do these cities fare in the annals of American history? Would the revolution have even happened if not for some Massachusetts Minutemen who chased the British regulars through Lexington and Concord all the way back into Boston? What would have happened if a group of men had decided to not declare independence from Great Britain at what would become known as Independence Hall in Philadelphia? So the ultimate question for Super History Bowl 1, when it comes down to it, which city is more important historically to the United States of America? For that, let's go to the stat sheet. We're heading up north first to New England, Massachusetts. We've got Boston, what some would call the cradle of the American Revolution. The city was founded in 1630 by the Puritans and would become the capital of Massachusetts. Noted historical figures like John Adams, Sam Adams, Paul Revere, and Benjamin Franklin called Boston home. You've got the Boston Tea Party, the Boston Massacre, the Sons of Liberty, the Battle of Bunker Hill, and Evacuation Day, all important moments in the country's history. However, 311 miles south of New England, the fiery flames of independence were being stoked in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's take a look at what we've got. Now, Philly is not the capital of Pennsylvania, but it is the 6th largest city in the United States of America. William Penn, a Quaker, founded the city in 1682. Noted historical figures coming out of Philly. You've got Betsy Ross, Samuel Carpenter, and yeah, Benjamin Franklin, born in Boston, made his name in Philadelphia. It was where Thomas Jefferson penned the Declaration of Independence. The Constitution was written in 1787. The Liberty Bell is still cracked in that city, and Philadelphia even served as the nation's capital during the War for Independence. So obviously, these cities have a lot going for them from a historical perspective. So now let's break it down with some expert analysis. First off, we're heading out east to Buffalo, New York, where Keith Hughes, aka the founder and creator of HipHughes history, is going to break this story down even further. Keith, what do you got for us, man?
Hello and welcome to Sports Center, where we're going to analyze the big game, and I'm going to throw my lot behind who I think is the most significant American historical city, and that's going to be Philadelphia. That's right, the big game, Boston versus Philadelphia. And I know what the people from Boston are saying. I know what New England is saying, but it's all about the Momo. It's all about the money. It's all about the merchant class and taxation and representation. And I'm not here to say that's not important, but America, let's be honest. Let's visit Philadelphia, America's first capital. Now ask me, city? Where was the Declaration of Independence written? Where was the first flag sewn? And where was the U.S. Constitution written? Not Boston. That's right. Where ideas are born, where American ideas are born, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, while Boston might be where the first shot was heard around the world, where was the real headquarters for the American Revolution? It was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And let's not forget there were some important battles fought near Philadelphia, including the big episode of Valley Forge. So we're not without some blood, sweat, and tears in Philadelphia. So let's go back to the beginning, my friends, where the first Congress met, where Independence Hall sits to this day, and where the Liberty Bell stands. Go Eagles.
All right, you've heard from one prominent historian, but how about just a little more analysis to help you make that final decision, viewers? For that, we're going to head down to the state of Kansas, where Mr. Beat is ready to give his prediction.
So clearly, the team that will win the Super Bowl will be the team that comes from the most historically significant city in our history. Boston and Philadelphia are two very important cities to our nation's history, but clearly Philadelphia edges Boston, and here's why. Philadelphia was our nation's first capital, for crying out loud. That's where the first Continental Congress met. That's where the second Continental Congress met. I mean, you can't fight that, Boston. I mean, Boston had a massacre. Boston had a Tea Party. Boston had a lot of significant battles and events during the American Revolution. But Philadelphia was also significant during the Revolution. That's where the leadership were governing. They were continuing to make laws to administer. And Philadelphia was even attacked and taken over by the British for about a year. And two words, Constitutional Convention. Where the heck was the Constitution written? It was written in Philadelphia, okay? So during the American Civil War also, Philadelphia was probably a larger factor in winning that war for the Union. I mean, they were producing more. They were providing more soldiers than Boston, so the Philadelphia Eagles will have the edge. It has nothing to do with how these two football teams will perform on the football field. It has everything to do with how historically significant these two cities are, and Philadelphia is clearly more historically significant than Boston. Sammy, back to you.
All right, so you've heard the analysis from the experts, guys, and if you want my personal opinion, I'm going to have to go with Philadelphia. But how about you guys? Who do you think is going to win on Super Bowl Sunday? More importantly, which city, Boston or Philadelphia, do you think holds more historical importance when it comes to American history? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And come Sunday, let's see if your predictions rang true. And that is it for this episode of US 101, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I must give a special shout out to my experts that appeared on today's episode, Keith Hughes of HipHughes History and Matt Beat of Mr. Beat. If you've not subscribed to their YouTube channels, guys, please go ahead, do yourself a favor and do that. They are amazing history channels, American history channels that you should absolutely be checking out on a regular basis. They are buddies of mine, and yeah, I wholeheartedly support them. You can follow US 101 on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all those links down below in the description box, guys. We're also at patreon.com/US101. You can pledge a little bit of money, and in return, you guys get some cool rewards, like seeing episodes early, for example. And one more thing before we go, I hate to keep plugging all this stuff at the end of the episode, but one more thing, guys, we now have merchandise. You guys can buy US 101 merchandise courtesy of Classic Etching, classicetching.com, a glass etching company out of New Jersey, an amazing company. Full disclosure, it is run by my kid brother, but he does good work. And now you guys can go ahead and buy your own US 101 pint glasses so that when the big game is coming, or if you have any event that you need a pint glass for to fill it with any type of beverage, be it beer, be it soda, be it water, be it milk, be it vodka, you've got a pint glass featuring the logo of your favorite American history show. So the link is down below in the description box, classicetching.com. Go ahead and check out the store and buy yourself a pint glass, a US 101 pint glass, and you can raise your glass when you watch future episodes of the show. And on that note, guys, I will see you next Tuesday for an all-new episode of US 101. Until then, I am all done. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you watch it, and for all the Philadelphia fans, man, I am with you guys, man. O-E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles!